So, since the race has done, would you like to introduce yourself and your job position around in organizing?
Good afternoon. I'm Stuart Billington. I've been part of the organisation team, involved with getting the championship going back to last spring, seeing what the interest was from previous competitors, and then myself and John Spiller put a plan together for a couple of months before the summer, and we introduced the idea to EMSF and ATC, and we got their support just before July for the championship to go ahead. And it's been very successful. Yeah, very, very happy with the entries, the turnout, very many smiley faces at the end of each race. So mission accomplished.
Fantastic. And for the route selection, since you've done the route selection, what was it the difficulties for today, or what was it that you actually happened to have thought of when you selected these routes?
It's quite difficult to get permission on time for various parts of the desert, and sometimes we're limited to how much space we can use. And also we have to think about the bigger the laps that we make. It stretches us on marshal support, and if there's an accident it can stretch the resources that we're limited to. So the laps have to be maybe a little bit shorter than we want them to be, and like I said, we can be restricted to locations sometimes. So we try and choose a route that is sensible, quick, has a bit of all the types of desert, rough stuff, smooth stuff, fast stuff, peaky dunes, rolling dunes, so it's a complete mix of the natural desert, but not too dangerous that we're going to have too many injuries, that we try and get all riders and drivers back after the 2 hours in one good piece.
Fantastic. And some of the racers have said that it's been a little bit of a difficulty for some, depending on every kind of racer that is used to a different kind of sand. They said since the rain has poured yesterday, and of course it made it a little bit of a little bit muddy for them, and since they had that kind of problem. So have you had a lot of issues where the racers would actually be stopped or stuck somewhere?
Not that I'm aware of. No, I don't think we've had to rescue.
No, I think we only had two today. Both of those ran out of fuel. One rider came up quite heavily, took 3-4 minutes to get his breath back, and then continued on. So today was quite a safe day. Nobody was injured. Everybody's gone home in one piece, which is the result we always wanted.
So this kind of sand is
when the sand is wet, it does make more channels and ruts, which the guys here aren't used to. So 90% of the people that I spoke to said great route. What one person complained, she said it was the worst route she'd ever done, and then she wins overall.
So would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, my name's Chris Carruthers. I'm the clerk of the course. I work out the service area, ensure that we run the race safely is the prime concern, and also make sure that the race is run under the sporting regulations, so that everybody's running a fair and equal race.
And as for this kind of race, the safety regulations are of course up to scale. And what is some of the safety regulations that you emphasize?
Yeah, I mean, for example, the races all run under the sporting regulations that have been written by the organisers. They're up to international standards, upheld by the FIM and FIA worldwide. They're up to those levels of standards. For example, in the service area, you can see fire extinguishers everywhere. When the guys refuel, they have to use rags to catch any fuel spills. They need to use fuel mats. So obviously, we're looking after the environment. We're making sure that there's no fire risk, and so on. All the bikes have to be scrutineered, and same with the cars and buggies, so that they ensure that they're up to safety standards. Roll cages are fitted, that the riders' helmets are within certification, that they wear their neck braces and so on. So we want everyone to have a great race, but we want them to have a safe race, and we want everybody to walk home under their own power. So, guys like Stuart and John, they come up with the regulations, they look at these international standards, they put them together. It's part of the whole picture that we want to start and run a great racing series, which these guys have done, but we want to do it safely, under a controlled fashion. So rather than people just going out to the desert and having a little bit of fun and maybe breaking a leg or something, we'd like people to come to something like this, where we've got the safety resources, we've got marshals, and we can ensure a great, safe race that's fun and fair for everyone.
That is actually a very great message for a lot of the people who actually go dunes riding. So it's a very, very great thing. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.